Nearly 250 middle school students spent part of their summer immersed in 2 days of education and hands-on learning in STEM-related fields.
You have to do a lot of engagement activities. You got to bring in educators, you got to bring in the employers, and all of this kind of immerses into what we call the Your Future STEM summer day camps.
It's part of the broader Your Future STEM program through the Sioux Falls Development Foundation to connect middle schoolers with opportunities in science, technology, engineering, and math.
We're looking at how are we immersing early talent and getting them to understand the different types of careers and different things they can do. We're then also looking at how are we working within the educators and all the things that our wonderful universities are doing, and then applying those to the needs of our business community.
Recently at Augustana University, all these elements came together. Students spent the morning in education sessions around biology, chemistry, and physics.
We went to chemistry, where we made like different colored waters basically, but they're not water because we were learning about acids and basics. We learned all about those and how to make different colors with them, and that was cool. And then we went to physics, where we learned about electrons and protons and neutrons, and so that was cool.
Our last class we learned about static electricity and all that. The class before that we learned about invisible ink and how it can reappear with just basic stuff.
In the afternoon, 20 employers offered hands-on activities to bring the subjects to life.
I tried to explain to them what our company does, and we're a cell line repository, so I tried to explain and present the idea of a company that houses the cells and then distributes them to public research institutes and universities for the research purposes.
His company's activity allowed students to culture a skin cell line.
It's a non-hazardous cell that they can work on and that they can culture and look at under the microscope and get a little bit of an idea of how the work in the laboratory looks like, and then also how the cells look like when you look at them under the microscope, which is obviously the most important part here.
We had 3 different balloons that were inflated with helium of different sizes, and the kids had to try and figure out how many paper clips it took to get the balloon to float just below the ceiling and then also just above the floor. And so they were able to then figure out kind of how we control the balloons using weight to control their altitude for flight.
I want to be an engineer for the military or just for NASA or something like that.
For a couple years now, I've been very interested in becoming an aerospace engineer. And so I saw while we were in Aerostar that one of their jobs is actually being an aerospace engineer and engineering and designing the balloon, which seems really cool to me.
We had several kids that were on the first day of the camp that wanted to come back for the second day. And it's a repeat. You have different employers in the afternoon, but it's nice to kind of hear that they really enjoyed being in the laboratory and getting to know the different things and different elements that they're seeing on Augustana's beautiful campus.
I did it both the years, and I was it was super fun. And I was I want to go again. I wish it kept going because I would come here all the time.
STEM careers are growing 3.5 times faster than non-STEM, making it key to generate excitement among the students early and remind them they can find these exciting careers in Sioux Falls.
I think this is an amazing experience for the kids because it gives them early fresh knowledge on their future careers and things they could eventually venture into. It's very adequate for their level of understanding. So it makes them understand the most complex things in the most basic ways possible.
We need to get into a kid's head early on and show them all the options that are out there. A lot of times kids are just growing up and don't have the grand picture. They don't know what all is there, what all can I actually go and do. So we need to explain to them as much as possible at a young age. I think it's a very good program. I think it's important to do this, and I think the Development Foundation's doing a good job.
We like what we do. We go to work every day with with ideas of things that we want to try and excited about how we can help make the world a better place. And if we can show kids that, that's a career that you can aspire to, and even do it right here in South Dakota, that's a fantastic thing.
And it's just like really fun, and all the people here are so supportive and everything. And it's really cool to see the Augustana campus and like get to meet all the people here and get to do all these different activities. And it's way to get away from the boringness of summer.